Hello students, uh, this video is for the subject Power Electronics and PLC, and it is for 5th semester Electrical and Electronics Diploma Engineering students. So today's topic is the bipolar junction transistor. So in today's topic uh, we discuss about the power BJT. So already in previous classes you already read about power diode, which is a uncontrolled device. That means in power diode their turn on and turn off characteristics are not under control, but in power transistors it has controlled characteristics. How? Because there are some control signals are there are some control signal mechanism like the power transistor turned on when control signal, that means here in case of transistor control signal is current signal. So the power transistor turn on when current signal is given to base or its control terminal. So the transistor remain in on state as long as the control signal is present. So if we remove this control signal, the transistor is turned off. That then what you understand from this, that power diode is a uncontrolled device because there is no such control mechanism. But in power transistor, it is a control device because it has controlled characteristics. By applying control signal, power transistor turned on. By removing control signal, power transistor turned off. Okay. So mainly power transistor, under power transistor there are three types of devices are studied here. Mainly three types of devices. Okay. So those are bipolar junction transistor BJT, metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor MOSFET, and the last one is the insulated gate bipolar transistor, that is IGBT. Okay, so these are the three main types of power transistors which we have discussed in this subject. So the first topic is the bipolar junction transistor, or you can say power BJT. See, today's topic is power transistor. Power transistor. So under power transistors there are mainly three types of power transistors, that is power BJT, power MOSFET, third one is IG. So we will study one by one. So we will start from power BJT. Okay, so power BJT. BJT means bipolar junction transistor. Okay, so bipolar junction transistor you already studied in the analog subject about the bipolar junction transistor. Let me draw you first. First we will study its different types, its construction. Okay, so bipolar junction transistor is a three-layer two-junction PNP or NPN semiconductor device. See here, three-layer NPN. Here here PNP. So bipolar junction transistor is a 3-layer 2-junction PNP or NPN semiconductor device. 3-layer NPN, 3-layer PNP, 2-junction, that is J1 J2 here. Here also 2-junction J1 J2. Okay, so PNP or NPN type transistor. This is NPN, this is PNP type device. So in NPN type, what happens, how the layers are formed here? One P region is sandwiched between two N region. Okay, so it form NPN transistor, and here one N region is sandwiched between two P regions and form PNP transistor. Okay, the term bipolar denotes, why the term bipolar is used here. Bipolar, the term bipolar denotes that the current flow in the device is due to the movement of both holes and electrons. Current flow in the device is due to the movement of both holes and electrons. Okay, the term bipolar denotes that the current flow in the device here or here is due to the movement of both holes and electrons. Okay, so the BJT bipolar junction transistor has 3 terminals, named it as C for collector, B for base, E for emitter. Here also C for collector, B for base, E for emitter. So it has 3 terminals, collector, emitter and base. So here emitter is indicated by arrowhead. This is the arrow. Emitter is indicated by arrowhead. Okay, showing the direction of current, showing the direction of emitter current, and no arrow is associated with base and collector. Only this arrow is associated with emitter terminal only, and this shows the direction of emitter current. Okay, so this is the symbol diagram of the BJT, represents NPN transistor, and this is symbolic representation for PNP transistor. Okay, collector base emitter, collector base emitter. Here also collector base emitter, collector base emitter, and emitter terminal is represented by arrowhead. Here also emitter is represented by arrowhead. This arrow represents emitter current. That means this is IC, this is IB, and this is IE. And here this direction of emitter current. This is IE, this is IC, this is IB. Got it? Clearly understood about the layer diagram symbolic representation for power BJT. Okay, then next come to the steady state characteristics. For steady state characteristics, under the steady state characteristics, we discussed about the input and output characteristics. Okay, so for discussing about the input and output characteristics, we consider the which circuit configuration. We consider the actually circuit in BJT bipolar junction transistor, 3 circuit configurations are there: common emitter, common base, common collector arrangement. So here we take commonly take the common emitter arrangement, and from NPN and PNP transistor, NPN transistor is mainly considered. So for first of all, under steady state characteristics, we will discuss about the input characteristics, and then we go for output characteristics. And to describe about the input characteristics and output characteristics, we take the common emitter arrangement, and from NPN and PNP we will take NPN transistors. Okay, for input characteristics, first of all I will draw one circuit diagram. This is BB, this is RB, this is IB, this is BCC plus minus, this is RC, this is IC, this is IP. Okay, so this voltage is VB and this voltage is what? BCE. Okay, and this voltage is BCB. Okay, so to understand the input characteristics, we will take this circuit configuration. So the input characteristics is the graph between IB versus VBE. IB versus VBE. This is IB. Okay. Input characteristics represents the input side graph. It is a graph between IB versus VB. Here IB versus VB. So input characteristics represent input side of this circuit configuration. Okay. So here see from the layer diagram, this is the base, this is emitter. This is base, this is emitter. It is a common emitter configuration. Okay. So emitter is common for both input and output circuit. So here in between base and emitter, if I apply voltage supply, then this is a forward bias, this form a forward bias path, and P connected to the positive supply, N connected to the negative supply. Here P and generally form a diode like characteristics. Okay, PN forms like a diode. That's why when we apply VB across base and emitter, this graph resembles the diode VI characteristics. That's why this curve is like this. Okay. Okay. So input characteristics is the graph between IB and VBE with VCE constant. So this graph is for VCE 1 value, this graph is for VCE 2 value. Okay, here VCE 2 greater than VCE 1. Okay, so as the base emitter junction, this is the base emitter junction of a transistor is like a diode. IB versus VB graph resembles a diode curve. This is a diode VI characteristics curve. Okay, when at IB versus VB graph at constant VCE value. Okay, when this collector emitter voltage is more than the previous value, then the base current decreases. Its level decreases. So for this curve, VC value is VC1. For this curve, VC value is VC2. And by comparing this VC2, VC1, VC2 greater than VCE1. Okay. So this is the input characteristics curve for power BJT. Then let's go to the next is the output characteristics. I will erase this part. Then next is the output characteristics. So output characteristics means okay, output characteristics means this graph represents the output circuit. So output characteristics is a graph between collector current and collector emitter voltage at constant IB. Okay, so its graph is like this. This is IC, this is VCE. Okay, its graph is like this. constant IB. Here IB1, IB2, IB3, IB4. Here IB is equal to 0. So for zero base current means this level IB equal to 0, VCE is increased. Here see, VCE increased but IC will not increased. That means here IC is like a small leakage current, small leakage collector current. This is very small part of the current exists through the transistor output circuit. Okay, as the base current, that means IB current increase from IB equal to 0 level, that means IB1, IB2, IB3, IB4. Here the base current values are increases. IB4, IB3, IB2, IB1. Okay, as the base current is increased from IB equal to 0 to IB1, IB2, IB3, IB4, etc., then collector current rises. See the collector current here. The collector current label is this one. Here collector current label is this one. Here collector current this much. Collector current this much. The collector current label rises. Okay. So this is the output characteristics of power BJT. So under output characteristics, I will describe some more important things. This shows the two output characteristics curve. Here curve 1 is the output characteristic curve for IB equal to 0. Here curve 2 is also a output characteristics curve for IB not equal to 0. Okay, and this is the circuit diagram which I already drawn. This is the normal output characteristics. So this graph, from this output characteristic graph, we take some part of this graph here and we will draw here one graph for IB equal to 0 value, another graph for IB is not equal to 0. Okay, so see at this graph, this is the, here in this graph when IB equal to 0, VCE value increases but IC current is not increases or IC current is not rises. That means here the collector current is just the leakage current label, leakage current, collector current. Okay, that's why this part, this region represents off region. And in this region, here see, in this region, the initial part of this curve to this part where IC rises linearly, this is the characterized by the value of BC. See here the value of BC is the low, but IC value is rising. That's why this part is the known as the saturation region, and here the transistor act like a switch. Okay, and the flat part of this curve too is what happens here. Here see the BC level is now increasing. Okay, and the IC level is almost constant. This level is the active region. Here transistor act as an amplifier. Okay, and this vertically rising part, this and this vertically rising part represents or is the breakdown region, and here the device may destroy. Okay, and we should avoid this, we should avoid the device to come in this region. Okay, we should not allow the device to operate in this region. Okay, so the so see, from this part we will represent, from this part we will represent the load line curve. Okay, but to obtain the load line curve, before obtaining the load line curve, we have to write the load line, we have to find out the load line equation. See, if I apply KVL equation in this output circuit, what is the KVL equation? This is VCC minus VCE minus IC RC equal to 0. From this I can get IC value. IC is equal to VCC minus VCE by RC. This is the collector current equation. Okay, and this equation is also named as the equation of load line. Okay, IC is equal to VCC minus VCE by RC. So the load line means what? Load line is the locus of all possible operating points. Load line is the locus of all possible operating points. So when the transistor is on, VC is 0. That means I assume this point where the see here the current rises linearly, and now the current is the constant and BC gradually rising. So this point, at this point here in this region, transistor act as a switch. It is a saturation region. Once saturation level reached, the transistor is in now on state. So when transistor is on, VC is 0. See, at this point VC value is what? 0. If BC value is 0, I apply here BC value 0, then IC is equal to what? BCC by RC. So IC value at this point is BCC by RC. Understood? And this collector current represent here as a point A. Okay. Then when transistor is off or in cutoff region, this off region, or it is also you can say cutoff region. Okay. So when transistor is off or it is in cutoff region, then what? Only there is no IC current flows in this region. Transistor is off means only BC is increasing. So if only BC is there and I know IC, then what you found? That means here BCE is reached up to maximum what? BCC level. If at this region there is no collector current, only BC is rising, and BC rising up to maximum which value? BCC value. That means what? No IC means I put IC is 0. If IC is 0, then BCC minus BC equals to 0. That means BCC is equal to BCE. That means C I0 is equal to BCC minus BCE by RC. At this region IC is 0, so I put IC is 0. That is means BCE is equal to BCC. Okay. So we obtain B point where BCE is equal to BCC. Let this B point represent by BC equal to BCC. That means BC value rises up to the label BCC. So here BCC appears across collector emitter terminal, and there is no collector current, and this point is indicated by point B. Okay, and here this point is indicated by point A where there is no BC. That means here BCE is equal to 0. That means BC is equal to 0 means IC is equal to BCC minus 0 by RC. That means IC is equal to BCC by RC. This is point A, and here IC equal to 0. That means we get this point B, here point A. Okay, so the value here the value BCC by RC indicate point A, here the value BCC indicate the point B. Okay, so if I join this point A to point B, it gives the load line. So the load line is the locus of all operating points. Okay, clearly understood about the load line equation, load line curve. Okay.